If we're talking about previous, like before, I'd say Fire Emblem.
So, here we are.
Oh, it's
Oh,
actually
are we
recording.
recording?
Yeah.
I was gonna show you guys a video.
Too late.
Oh, snap.
So this is pretty much like the SSP podcast.
First one?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, whatever. You can be what you want it to be, bro.
Introduce us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're all eating apple pie, by the way. But,
Yeah.
So it's Veely,
Seth.
Kayla.
and that's it. So basically, we just finished up some recording stuff with Bobby.
But he had to leave, and now we are out of ideas as to what we should play.
Yep, we figured. I figured it would be bad to start up like another series.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this. We have nothing planned. We have no structure. We're just gonna talk.
We're good at that.
So, I mean, if you think this is going to be boring, it might be.
I probably
But
will be.
stick around. If
Yep.
not, then
Somebody
okay.
might make a
Go
funny
die.
joke.
Yeah.
Someone, there might be a joke made at one point.
You know, you never know. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
it's a mystery box, this podcast.
This is like a pilot episode.
Yep. Can we actually pilot a plane for this episode?
Yeah, like,
Let's
come on,
do it.
let's just get in your van,
In my
truck,
van? I don't have a
car.
van anymore.
Kayla,
Kayla, you don't know me anymore. I feel like we're drifting apart.
we can
Get
use
your get your van back, and then we'll talk.
Yep, I'll get back the broken van that we sold
Yep.
for $500.
Nice. I would have bought it.
Please tell me that you got that money.
No.
No, I know, but
Oh, okay. That would have been hilarious, though.
Uh,
We're all just sitting here enjoying our apple pie.
Yours
as
is
they
delicious.
hear like the scrapes and taunts of like, this is so good, we're rubbing it in your
You
face.
should all go eat some apple pie right now.
Like, that was delicious.
We'll drop so many like apple pie hints bombs in
Yep.
here
Oh, I
that
can't.
people will feel compelled. Well, we can talk about apple pie.
We can.
Alright. What's your favorite part about apple pie?
Apple.
I think it's the part where you can just stick it into your rectal area.
Yes, that's definitely
Into your orifices?
Yes, and then it just kind of it flows.
very well.
Everywhere.
Flows very well.
Oh, let me just move the mic. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
more-
I like
probably
the
not heard you at
apples.
all.
Yeah. I like the apples because they give like a nice texture. It's like weird, you know?
It's a great. It kind of
You
emulates
feel it.
the inside of the anus
Yeah.
very well. I
I
mean,
was looking at that program, and this is like I come back, it emulates the anus.
Anus.
it does.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
dude,
assuming you're still talking about
GBA,
apple pie.
GBA emulators, DS emulators, GameCube emulators.
Anus emulator.
Yeah, no, Apple Pie is the emulator of the anus.
Yeah. Like,
Download that on your Emu Paradise, your ROM, your coolrom.com, or whatever it was. ROM websites. Anyways, nom, 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 nom. So, lady and gentleman,
yep.
I ask this all the time on Short Sleeve Pants, which never leads to anything because people just at this point it's just like an answer to this question. Answer to this question is always goodbye, Kayla.
Kayla's leaving. She will come back maybe.
Yep.
And we have a cat now. Cat
Yeah, we
is
do.
taking her place.
All right. But
Meow.
the answer to this question is always nothing.
I need it.
Like every time I ask people.
Alright, I will.
Oh, you're gonna ask like what's new?
Yeah, what's new? Like,
Oh boy.
yep.
Nothing.
Do it.
Yep. Well, today Seth and I went on a journey and we went to
Found the Holy Grail.
drank chocolate from it.
Oh yeah. That was good chocolate.
Yeah, you guys are referring to what is the
Wilmer's.
Wilmar's.
Wilmar's.
We are not sponsored by them. Please don't sue us.
They're a great place though. I work there, so
Yeah,
if
it
you guys
does.
ever want to come and visit me, do it.
Like quite often, I'm like, chocolate. I can eat so much of it, but then it's like too rich for me. But Wilmar is like it's good. It's really good. I
If
enjoyed
you
it
want
quite a bit.
quality chocolate at a low affordable price.
No, it's rather expensive,
Yeah,
but
pretty
it's
At
worth
a rather expensive affordable price. Go to Wilmar's. North of whatever in Appleton or something.
It's kind of by festivals. Ish.
Fun.
Like, do you know that balloon place with the gorilla people?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
Everyone
that's
knows that.
I bring that up and everybody's like, yeah. That was kind of at my dad's old work at one point. But
Okay.
yeah, it's really close to there. It's just down the street from there.
Okay.
And I'm just setting an alarm.
Okay. Have fun.
Alright.
No, Kayla, how dare you be on your phone during the official SSP podcast that we
Super
just
official.
made up totally not 10 minutes ago.
SSP stands for Super Sophisticated Podcast.
Oh!
That was
Oh!
actually pretty good.
Nice!
Wow.
You brought it home.
I was surprised that I came up with that.
I was really expecting something like super stupid pants.
Oh.
Penis.
Oh.
I mean, differences of opinions, but...
My penis is,
Or super small penis.
There you go.
Yep.
That's what we are. We are super small penis.
I mean, I don't know about you two, but mine adds up in length and girth.
And girth.
And girth. Girth.
Oh boy.
Someone...
What was the original question?
Oh, what's new in our... right?
Besides your girth.
Oh,
Yeah, besides the girth.
What is your current girth at right now, Seth?
12.
12?
12.
12, like, square...
Centimeters?
Centimeters?
Inches?
Feet.
Or like, diameter?
Feet.
Or what?
Feet. Okay.
12 square feet.
Okay.
In diameter
That is my
or
girth.
radius?
Yeah, it really
Both
matters.
at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Okay.
So does it just, like, expand
My
and
dog
shrink
is a
rapidly?
paradox.
Yes.
And whenever
In your girth?
okay, I've been keeping close track of this since I was a young lad.
3? Since you were 3?
I'll get to that. So we're gonna
Okay.
start when I was born.
Okay.
And right off the bat, I'm like, bro, I gotta measure this, and like I actually,
Like, as soon as
I
you were coming out
combat-
of the womb, you're just like,
dude, I punched the doctor and I took his stethoscope because I knew how long a stethoscope was, and I put it up to my tiny baby wiener. And
But
I
that's
was like,
not girth. Like, did you wrap it?
Now, see, I focused on length for many years.
Yeah.
And then, until
Yeah.
one day I was like, length doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does, but
Only a little.
that's how length is how much time the pleasure will be happening for in one thrust.
Yes, that's
You
true.
get more pleasure per thrust. but
Girth is for the long run.
girth
Yeah.
is the amount of pleasure. that
It's
will
kind of like
happen.
sprinting versus like the long run, or like
Exactly.
endurance runners, and yeah.
And unfortunately,
Oh,
I
boy.
get it.
Eh, 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 yeah.
Do you get it? Do you get
I
it?
better get
I
it.
understand so much of it.
Oh my gosh, you should. So, yeah. So I eventually realized I just want to know what my maximum pleasure is,
Yeah.
and so after
And
3 days of furious mental capacity and thought, I realized that
Oh, boy.
one day I'd be telling the story to my two good friends, Seth and Kayla.
Yeah, like before you were
On the
even
SSP
capable of.
podcast.
Yeah. And then by the time I was 12, I realized nothing matters anymore. And then I threw myself off a bridge, but then my girth saved me.
How did it do that? Did it form a parachute?
The thing is, my fetish is suicide.
Yeah.
So
you
as I
just
was-
got a raging
I
boner.
just got this, just the most raging of boners.
Like, he made-
Specifically jumping off of bridges and cliffs and etc. That's what turns you on the most.
Oh,
His boner hit the ground before he did, therefore stopping his...
Yeah.
So did it like smash and like
Turbo
get the
velocity.
girth even bigger?
Exactly.
Wow.
It used to
So
be
you're
all,
pretty short
It
now
was
then?
all length, and then it like hit the ground and it compacted into a more thick kind of
Dense.
Yes,
But if you're
indeed.
jumping off of a bridge, did you jump off of a bridge into the highway, or did you jump off of the bridge into like water, and then like did you hit like the sea floor, and then it just poof?
Yes, you see my dick. I jumped into the water, and
Yeah.
it acted as some sort of a head of a torpedo, where it just cut through the water.
Like splitting
Like
the Red
Moses-
Seas,
Yeah, like Moses, I parted the Red Seas, except I was going
the Blue
straight down.
Seas.
Yes.
With their raging boner.
And in fact, it caused a bit of a crater in the ground when
Yeah.
I hit. Because it was rather large to be.
Yeah, obviously.
Of course.
So now, I can never not have an erection because
You were just always having a boner.
all the time because I mean technically I tried to commit suicide and therefore you can only do that once. Well, I mean you can try multiple times if you fail, but I mean.
But I mean you didn't.
I just have like a permanent hard on forever for my attempted suicide.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, that was a very long conversation about penises.
Well, what about your girth story?
Well,
Like,
I feel like he told it. You know, he kind of went
It's
into
12.
the diameter and everything. 12.
Well, you don't have a story behind your girth?
Caleb, what about your girth story?
Well, you see,
tell us more.
it all
about
started
you.
when I was 5 years old.
All right.
Yep.
Not bad, yeah.
And, well,
I put my penis into a trombone, and then I told my friend Billy to
you know
pull.
what? I, actually found out that, during, like, a very intense, math lesson
Yes.
in kindergarten,
Yes.
we were learning what, 5 plus 3 was, and
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden, I just felt a tingling
Mm-hmm.
raging throughout me.
Just throughout, just no
Yeah,
particular place.
yeah. And then all of a sudden, I was just like raised up, and there was like this light forming around me, and I couldn't see anything. There was like lasers shooting out of my eyes.
Of course.
And like
Natural.
I felt like my face was on fire, but I was actually breathing fire onto all the other little kids.
Okay.
And it turns out that I was picked up by the hand of a god.
Yes, a god.
A god.
Which one? Zeus? Athena?
I'm pretty sure
Dionysus.
that. What?
Dionysus.
I thought you said ISIS, and I'm like, excuse
Yes.
you.
I mean, Isis was a goddess in Egyptian mythology.
And then
Is
she
that how
just
she's-
like attached like this
Oh,
a
oh.
god-sized
Yes.
erection onto me.
Okay. Okay. Duh.
And well, my body, not knowing that it was an erection, thought that it was just like normal and
Yes.
flaccid.
Of course.
So like sometimes
Seth, please respect the
this
story.
is I'm feeling a bit hurt because of how he's treating this story.
I mean,
Seth, bro.
I just think it's funny because I know she's bigger than me, and she always has to
Rub it in.
assert her dominance.
She's got to flaunt it.
Oh, I assert my dominance to you
Wh-
every day.
You know, we always lose the sword fights with her because I mean, even with
Because
your like
I-
12-dimensional dick and like and mine.
Like
that-
my dick is spread out through time and space.
Exactly. So we're just.
It has
at
always
this-
existed.
I'm just laughing at the inevitability of our doom by her raging.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's just gotten to the point where it's just.
Well, I mean,
it's
I
just a
haven't
joke to us.
finished my story yet, though.
It's true. You
course.
haven't.
So like one time, in another math lesson, only this time it was 3rd grade.
Yes.
I got this massive erection because we were like doing algebra that day.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Yeah. It was
That's
some pretty
hot.
sexy stuff.
that is.
I mean,
God.
I saw like stuff that I could never ever even describe still today, and I just got this raging boner, and it took up at least the whole entire classroom.
Yes.
It was perfection, I tell ya. And then I didn't even know what to do, man. I was just,
I mean,
I
wouldn't
was
either.
amazed. I mean, like, it already took up at least the 12 seats in front of me.
Of
course.
Yes, of course.
And-
It actually
Only
pierced
natural.
the bodies of all the children in front of
Yeah,
you.
like, I just had, like, at least 12 children on my schlong at all times.
It was a schlong kebab.
Schlong.
That's how she became the alpha.
Yeah, I assert my dominance to every single male that I see.
Exactly, by stabbing them with your just massive erection.
Both me and Veely have been pierced by her erection.
Indeed.
Oh, just imagine how
I
many times
know-
John has.
You're just getting all
Every
like,
time that he disagrees with me,
You
I
just-
just slap him across the face.
you just smooching him, and he's leaning a little bit too far over you. You know, you want to be the one to be leaning into him, right?
Yeah, and so like I just stop him and
you just stop
smack him,
and then
with
immediately
my
you just
erection.
unzip and then
Yeah,
right through.
yeah. Like I rip it.
You're both just like turned around.
Well, he was turning around like, what's going on?
dropping over there?
I rip his anus in half like
Obviously.
near every day.
Of course.
He's had to have surgery multiple times.
I mean, at least he enjoys it.
Yeah.
At the
I mean,
very
he always
least.
said that he was gonna leave his door open, and I made
Yeah.
sure to tell him it better be the back one.
So that was a very, very, very long conversation about
No.
penises and girth.
It wasn't long enough.
We need more?
It's never long enough.
Mine's long enough.
Don't you say that, you dirty, dirty skankor.
Skanko.
You score.
Christ.
You flat-chested, flat girl.
Score!
You flat score, you.
Well,
Hush, woman.
what I lack up here, I gain down there.
You gain?
Yes.
For every bra size I go down, I go up 1 cup size.
Oh no, not one.
But 12.
Yeah.
I sacrificed my boobs so I could have the most massive schlong ever.
Like that was the deal that I had to make with the god who just like stuck a dick on me.
Yeah, obviously. That would be so weird to have boobs and a dick.
That's the
It's
thing.
happened. My grandma
It's a fetish.
yeah, that's gross. But my grandma, you know how she was a nurse. Well, she had a couple of people who were like a bit strange. And there was a hermaphrodite.
Mm-hmm.
And so
So, does that mean that they were just like born with like...
yeah, they were
Yep.
born with male and female parts.
That would just be the most
And
confusing thing.
I actually...
Because if you played your cards right, you could fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
I don't-
when
I don't
people
thi-
say go
wait.
fuck yourself, oh my gosh, did you know that the octopus like rips off their dick and throws it at people so that way you can be so if I was an octopus, a male octopus, I'd rip off my dick and shout go fuck yourself as I'm throwing my penis at whoever I
Can you
do.
imagine if it was just like, hey baby, I'm really feeling it right now. And it's like, oh my gosh,
I want
I
to take it
still
to
am
the next
too.
level.
Yeah, let's take it to the next level. Take it.
Take it.
This is for you.
Did you know that dolphins are the only other animals who do the do for pleasure?
Yeah, I have actually heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like dogs do it for pleasure too.
I think dogs do it because they don't know anything else.
Yeah.
They're like, I need to do something with this. Also, they're all Russian.
Yes.
Yep, all
everything.
dogs are.
They're all kestrel.
Every single one is Kestrel. He's the Russian dude from our Splinter Cell playthroughs.
Oh, yeah.
And the source of a lot of our jokes right now.
Yep, because the only reason is because in Blacklist, instead of playing as Archer and Kestrel, who you play as in Conviction, you play as
Can't spoil the end.
you play as Sam Fisher, like the main character of all the games, and his like
Isaac
friend.
Briggs.
Do you
Yeah,
still
Isaac
have
Briggs.
that GameCube one of Splinter Cell at my house?
Really? I thought I had it here. All right.
If you ever need it,
Like the disc? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I have the case.
But since we have, I can at least lend you a whole bunch of my GameCube games then.
Yeah, because now we can record on the Wii, which is good.
We could definitely do an intense Animal Crossing one.
Oh my gosh.
You would be so into that.
It would get boring after a while, honestly. I
Yeah.
mean, like, unless it's gonna be something like this where we can, like, talk while we do it. Or, like, even our Pokemon playthrough where it's just really chill.
Yeah, I would definitely need to make sure it was like the three of us or like people that really mesh well. 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really
Well,
tough.
because, like, Seth and I could, you and I could, you
I
two
don't mesh
could.
with anybody.
It gets
I'm a
He
lone
meshes
wolf.
with himself
he
all night.
he actually does mesh very well with a lot of them.
Mhm.
So although I haven't really had you in a whole lot of videos besides you and me.
You haven't had me in a lot of videos
it's
either.
True, it's true.
Technically, I've been in quite a few videos. It's just that we cut them so short.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm just recently getting into this because, well,
But
I mean, it's just because you're available, like,
Yeah.
less than a lot of people. You've been more available lately.
oh
which is
yeah,
good.
yeah. And I mean, like, Thursdays pretty much always work for me.
But like with that whole like meshing well, it blows my mind how we can have our group of friends and just like especially when I have like Alicia and Taylor, they're a pretty common twosome that I have with me. They hate each other. They don't, but they hate each other. Like, I mean, oh my god.
Like gameplay wise, they just don't get along.
And like Taylor doesn't talk ever. Like, I'm sorry,
How bad
Taylor.
would it be if Alicia and I were together? Like, I'm not saying like we'd be arguing with each other, but we would just be loud and obnoxious and annoy the hell out of you.
Dude, you know what'd be terrible? Taylor and Bovie, they would strangle each other and also never talk.
Really? Why?
Bovie
likes forward and Taylor likes to tactical.
Yeah, Bovie's just like explore everything. Taylor's like hold back and just oversee everything and then make a decision. And
I'm like the polar opposite of that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Run a gun.
And I'm just like, I play Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. So Taylor, regardless of the fact that we're doing videos, will just stay back and do nothing.
Play Skyrim.
Yeah, no, he'll do that for like in like 3 of our 4 Fallout videos. That I posted so far, he was playing Skyrim in the background when I told them not to do that. And to be fair, Bovie, the only reason he did was because he just wanted to annoy me. And I think he was actually going to. I think he said like, I just wanted to see how you'd react.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. At one point, they just both opened up their laptops and started playing Skyrim. And I was like, "Excuse me,
Excuse you, sir."
But we are playing a video game and talking about it. This is how.
But that's not what you're supposed to be doing when we're doing a specific game that we established from the start.
Yeah. Like, gosh dang it! It's just it's a pain. Like it I was telling Seth the other day. It also blows my mind.
Do you guys have any classes together or something?
No.
Oh.
We just end up hanging out a lot because he's free a lot. I'm free a lot. And,
crappy work schedule.
Yeah. So we end up just recording a lot of Splinter Cell crap.
Woo!
Yep. So we have a lot of conversations to and from, and also during the recordings. But
if you guys wanted though, most Mondays and Tuesday after like 6, I can start coming over and recording more.
That'd be good.
Partying.
If you don't get sick again. No, it's. Nah, the one day you were sick, I was sick too, so it didn't matter.
Otherwise, I feel like we would have just like started laying on the ground, like, nope, not gonna do anything today.
Want to take a nap.
But anyways, so it blows my mind how we made a gaming channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yep.
yeah. I was talking something about this. The majority of our group just doesn't play video games. Like Alicia, she plays mobile games if anything, and like some Wii games. Taylor plays a total of like 2 games. He plays Monster Hunter and he plays Skyrim. That's all I see him play.
You are probably one of the most versatile.
Oh yeah, I've got too many games, but like, let's see.
I play like the really obscure or Pokemon.
Yeah, but
or
you're one of the better ones.
Yeah, well, because I'm more willing to try a lot of different things.
There's Katie, who I am convinced, and Katie, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, I don't know you for sure, but this is what I think. I'm pretty convinced that within the next like year, she's going to figure out. She doesn't really like video games. She just likes storylines and movies and stuff, and because.
Well, there's no shame in that either.
No, there's no shame in that.
That's actually fairly common.
It's just like I just don't think she's come to that realization yet. Or either that or no one else has, because that's what I see her. That's whenever she's interested in the game, she's interested in the storyline. When we show her Assassin's Creed, she was like, "Oh, I've heard about the story." So it's like, so that kind of presents a problem when we're trying to play the video games, and so that's a thing. And then there's let's see, Bovie, who plays a total of 3 games.
But he seems like he has a fun time doing other things.
He does.
He's very versatile when it comes to this.
For the most part, yes. There are some games that he just straight up despises.
Like what?
Far Cry. He hates those games. He also hates most of Nintendo.
Kayla's like hurt internally.
Like he doesn't like Mario, or I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how he feels about Pokemon.
Mario?
He doesn't like Mario.
I think that everybody at least enjoyed or enjoys Pokemon just because. Most everyone. I'm not saying
Oh.
everyone. I'm saying enjoyed at one point or enjoys slightly now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that for everyone, because obviously there are Pokemon haters out there.
Yeah.
Very many.
But there are also a lot of Pokemon lovers. And people who love Pokemon who barely even play the game.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's like, that's funny to me. But, I mean, you like Pokemon, so it's cool. But then when I'm like, yeah, do you play competitively? They're like, yeah. It's like, so, what's your team? Well, you know, I got my starter and a whole bunch of, like, HN slaves. It's like, oh, competitive.
Kale is a big competitive battle.
Very.
As we've mentioned
very
in,
big.
and I'm gonna convert you.
That's if I ever get a 3DS.
She wanted to convert me, and I just couldn't.
Well, you were just straight up, no.
I just didn't want to do it. It's so much work for me. So little reward. Like,
I mean, honestly,
it all
you
depends
could
on
get
what
away
you're-
with only having one team, and then after you get all that breeding and training done, you're set.
I know, but that's the thing. I don't even want to put in the effort for that.
Billy just doesn't try.
It seems like so much work. 'Cause
And
you gotta breed. You gotta get the right IVs. You gotta get the right nature. And if you don't get it, you just gotta keep breeding Pokemon and keep
Well,
hatching
honestly,
eggs.
there are a lot of shortcuts.
It just seems like it's just such a tedious grind fest.
Like, even normal Pokemon is just, like, so much grinding and
And I think that's kind of why I like it, because
Exactly.
I like tedious things. But honestly, competitive battling is something that I've really found a niche in, because the competitive battling is not tedious.
It's
Unless
just the
you have
road
a
to
stall
get there.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tedious to get there if you're going to make, like, a whole bunch of teams like I do, but...
That is the thing for me. It's like, you know, even if I just put in the effort to make one team, which that's all I would ever do. Like, there's no way I would make more than one team.
Yeah.
But okay, for one thing, I don't think I could win, like, ever. But let's put that aside. Let's put that aside for a second. Let's just say
that he
hypothetically
possibly
I
could.
could compete with you guys, right? I don't find a whole lot of satisfaction in beating people in competitions like that.
Okay.
Honestly, for me, it's
unless
more.
it's like-
It's not even about beating the person. It's just more about, like, the connection that I make with my virtual pets. Yep, I'm one of those people. But no, honestly, that's why I like it so much. It's just because, like, it connects you with not only other people, but with Pokemon even more.
Yeah, I feel like my nature is too much jumping from game to game.
Yeah, you're very much like I'm gonna play this for a day, and then this for the next day.
Yep. I mean, I beat Spec Ops The Line over the weekend, I beat it over the last couple of days, and it's pretty much like I constantly have something to play, like, all the time, and sticking to one game is kind of tough for me.
I mean,
Except at Mad Bank.
I rotate through, like, a select few kind of games, but
It's definitely what I used to do when I was a kid.
yeah, and I
don't
just
have a
remind
choice.
you. I remind you of yourself as a kid a lot, don't I?
Well, I mean, it's
Just because of the games that I play, though.
Yeah, and it's because of, like, the way you play them. Because, like, when I was a kid, I didn't have a choice. Like, like, I didn't have a job, so I couldn't buy more games. It was really just like, so I would rotate between Pokemon, Sonic, Legend of Zelda, probably something else I can't remember right off the top of my head. I think that there was a fourth one though, and I'd just be rotating. Like, I'd be like for like a couple of weeks, I'd be all out Sonic, and the next week I'd be like, oh, I'll play some Pokemon.
You know,
Pokemon.
I'd say that it's probably like Pokemon, Undertale, sometimes Animal Crossing, and then Fire Emblem for me.
Oh, Fire Emblem's pretty low.
No, that's not like in an ordered list or
okay.
anything.
Yeah, it's just like in
Like,
her
that's just
rotation.
like what I do as a rotation.
Yeah.
You were surprised, like, ooh.
Yeah,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
You were super into that for a
Oh
while.
no, it wasn't a was or were. It is an is. It is a very much is.
I apologize.
Yeah, you rather love that game.
And I mean, I know that you don't want to play it, but I just think that it has.
Maybe I will one day.
when you get over all the memes and the hypes.
Oh,
which
Undertale, you mean? I thought we were talking about Fire Emblem.
Oh, no. Well, about Fire
Never
Emblem, I could
Undertale.
definitely get you into Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
That's fun. But I know that you don't want to play Undertale, so we won't spend like a whole bunch of time talking about it.
I guess I should explain myself for 1 second, just because
Yeah.
Undertale's a very popular game. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, we'll get you home soon.
Alright.
I just want to throw this out there. I don't think Undertale's a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's really creative, and it's like, and I think it's awesome that like a game with that art style and like that kind of pixelated thing can still be super popular as long as it's made very well, and it was made very well.
But you just got distracted by all the hype for it,
I
that it
think
just kind of
so.
turned you off.
Yeah, it was that, and also like, you know, even before I knew about all the stuff with it, I just wasn't interested in the game. Like I was kind of put off by the art style because it's just not my style.
Yeah.
I can understand
Makes
people
sense.
loving it, but it's just not my thing. And like the way the combat worked, I didn't really like.
And honestly, I thought that you would actually really like it just because it's just quirky.
Yeah.
And you like quirky things.
I do like quirky things.
So that's just what threw me off when you said that you didn't want to play it. I'm like, what?
I love its sense of humor. I love its sense of humor. I love how it carries itself, and it's very original and very just different, and it's very hard to find these days. But at the same time, you know, if for most of the game I'm playing it and I'm just not feeling it, which I feel like would be the case because once again I'm not huge on the combat, and I don't really I'm not too into the idea of playing a full game that's just like if you play like a pacifist run, where it's just like you're isn't like for most of that you're trying to figure out the right spare technique to use kind of thing, or like the right dialogue or whatever.
For most of it, that's not what pacifist is. That's how you spare people. I mean, you could always flee from people. You don't really have to do that, but I just like it because of all the texts and everything that show up, because some of them are very funny. But
Yeah.
I can understand why you don't want to play it and why you have things against it.
Yeah.
I personally am obsessed with it right now.
Oh
so.
yes, you are.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is why
But
like
the thing is that I haven't even talked about Undertale as much as around you guys as much as I have other people.
oh yeah.
That's
Really?
the scary thing.
Well then.
Well, I mean, I assume that other people are more into it than I am.
I have not met anybody besides Arya, John, and Joe who personally
Really?
who are like, oh my gosh, I love Undertale. Sam hasn't ever played it, and everybody else hates it.
No kidding.
Everybody in the area, and it's like, are you serious, guys?
Wow, that's actually pretty surprising.
Yeah.
'Cause
IGN voted it Game of the Year.
wow.
Well, I don't think voted it, but like IGN said that it was the Game of the Year.
I'm very about it, like I am most games.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helps with my versatility.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's whatever.
Well, there are also games that I'm like, I love, and then games that I'm like, yeah, I'll play.
Yep. Anyways, I guess that's pretty much the end of the podcast because Seth has to go.
I do.
Yeah.
I have to sleep.
So Kayla, do you want to just like bring him home or something, or are you?
Who wants to drive me around?
Well, how long will it? Well, we could probably just end this up.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
and then
Bye.
Bye.
Alright. Is it that one?
we end talking with.
I don't know. We're back.
Okay.
We're talking about Undertale. Oh gosh, that's
Oh,
gonna make
yeah.
a lot of noise.
Yeah, that will. Seth left.
He did.
So it's just me and Vili.
For like a couple of minutes, like
yeah.
15 probably.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about Undertale. We were talking about how I'm not too into it, even though I've never played it. So I can't. I'm not saying I'm passing judgment on the full game. I'm just saying I'm not interested.
Yeah. Which we've clarified, and we
Mhm.
probably shouldn't spend
Yep.
it the whole time on Undertale, because
Yep.
if we talk about it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we do that. We talk about
yeah.
things
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. But we haven't, like, been able to sit down and just talk like this for
It's
a
true.
while.
It's true. I mean, due to like work
Mm-hmm.
and just crap like that, and then like
life.
every single time that I have people over, we're just recording.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you need to record. You need to do it. You need to do it now. If you don't do it now, then I might die. And if I die, I'll have to kill you.
And if I kill you, we won't be able to record.
SSP will be no more and my life will be worthless. Yeah.
Even though I'll be dead.
Yeah. So it'd be worthless anyways.
Life was worthless from the start, really.
Oh gosh. You know what I think is interesting about our friendship is that I feel like we really bonded over like our own depressions.
Yeah, and our own depressions were similar enough to the point where like we could relate about them.
Yeah.
And I mean, the nice thing about this though, is that even though we had something in super common at one point, our depression and stuff, we were still able to like keep that friendship inbound, even though we helped each other out with that.
Yeah.
And to the point where like we just realized that we're similar enough people that we just work as friends.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just like our mindsets are often the same, and like I always like it's weird because you know you hear people getting sick of other people and stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, there have been times when I have been very upset with you, but there have also been times when you've been very upset with me, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and I mean half of that, well, like other than the times where we both know that we're not okay with each other.
Yeah.
I think that half of that time is just because like the person or one of us is just like hating everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much, or just like, or there's like a huge misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am a huge just offender of the whole like just what's assuming thing, you know, the ass out of you and me shit. Like I will 100% draw out an entire complex scenario where like where
you're obviously in the right and
yeah,
everyone else is in the wrong,
and like the like my best friend is strategizing to destroy me and take out all of Russia.
That's what I think every single day. Like, how can I ruin Vile's life?
Oh my gosh, totally.
Like, how do I do this?
But I have totally had times where like I'll just draw up this whole like complex freaking thing where it's like this person's trying to destroy me, and it wasn't always you, but you know it would just be someone. I'd just be like, that's what's happening. They're going to take me out, and that's not a good thing to do.
But I think that you're one of like the greatest friends to have, because even if you are mad at somebody, like beyond mad at them, you can still treat them with a certain bit of kindness.
I mean, I try.
At least people who you are friends with and you are angry at.
It's true. There are some people that I just I would probably just their face would just be full of fist if I were to see them.
Well, okay. I think I know who you're speaking about.
No,
specific.
No.
But
sorry to be douches to those who are listening and like not be able to mention the person, but it's probably for the best that we don't mention the person.
Yeah, it's. Anyways,
we
shouldn't focus on that.
Yeah, we won't dwell on that. Sorry.
What was I saying?
That I don't hold grudges or whatever.
Oh yeah, well, something along those lines.
Yeah.
I mean, there aren't that many people who are like that though, because I just have experiences where people hold grudges, or like there's a misunderstanding and they still like to believe that they're right, or like they don't want to hear the full story.
Yeah.
But I think that you're kind of awesome about that, and like at least I know you're not gonna admit it, so I'm gonna say it for you. You are really good at like just listening and being open to hearing like somebody's side of things.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's really just like, for me, it's that should just be common courtesy. You know, like you know, people. I tell people all the time, if you want to be accepted by a group, don't talk. Get into the group and just listen, and you will be just blown away at how much people will appreciate you just listening. Like, I've made friendships where they're like, you are just the best person, and I had probably said a total of 20 words to them. Because, like, that's how Brienne and Skylin were. Because they talk a lot. And, like, within months they they thought I was a great friend, and I'm like, I just listen and say mm-hmm, and like agree with you, and they disagree and stuff like that.
Well, and the thing is that like, I don't think it necessarily matters how much you say to a person in a friendship. It's just the quality of your words, and you and I just have a lot of quality words to share with each other.
Yeah, like with you, I feel like you're one of the most like, you actually think compared to a lot of people. Like, I'd say a lot of our like we have a few friends who are definitely very insightful and stuff, but you are definitely the most insightful person I've come across. Like, just I feel like we share the same point of view. Like, I want to say you get it. You know, you
we get each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not gonna say that I get it.
Yeah,
because that's very broad, and it's
it
like,
is. Yeah, like that's why I was kind of avoiding that, but I said
Yeah.
it anyways because I'm so smart. But I don't know, like, you always blow me away with like the amount of compassion you can have for a lot of people. Like, I mean, there's a reason that there's like tons of people going up to you every day. It's like, Kayla, hi, love you, hug, kiss, oh, secret handshake. Like, you have an inside joke with like everyone.
I think that it kind of appears that way. I don't know. At least maybe I'm numb to it and blind to it now. But like, I don't know. I go through freaking phases. I tell you, like sometimes I'll be like freaking happy as shit, and I'll be like, yeah, I love everybody. Everybody loves me. Woo, this is great. Friendship for everyone. And then the next day I'll be like, I feel hated by everyone. I'm just gonna stay alone in my own corner. Everybody hates me and stuff like that. And it's just, it's hard to like accept that that's how I am. Because it's like, I just, you know me. I'm usually the kind of person who likes stability in my own self. And then that just doesn't happen because of the kind of person I am.
Yeah, very just fluctuating, I guess. But that's just kind of how human beings are. Like, I mean, I'm definitely very similar in that, like, just much in the way that I kind of treat my life, I'm just, like, all over the place. One day I want to do this, another day I want to do this. Like, I'll be at work, and, like, for 1 hour I'm like, oh man, this is the best. I'm totally okay with my job. Another hour I'll be like, this is the worst. I want to jump off. I should go up to the manager, spit in their face, and then like the next hour I'm like, this is okay. I'm down with this.
Oh my gosh, you have no... Because I've mentioned to you a couple of times how moody some people can be there, and it's like, sometimes it's like, man, I love my job. This is great. And then the next day it's like, oh, geez, I feel like everybody hates me and I should just go kill myself. Not actually, but like kill myself because like freaking everybody's telling me that I'm doing things wrong and I messed up on this and did this instead of that.
Totally. Before we get too far off the topic of like people coming up to you and stuff, I've had that similar experience lately. I've told a few people about this, but I've had this problem where more and more people are getting to know me because you know I run anime club. I know a lot more people now. I'm a senior, so that just makes me know even more people at that point. Just automatically when you're a senior.
No, because you've had 4 years to get to know everybody, and then like your senior year, everybody flocks to you.
Yeah, and like I'm getting to the point where there's a significant amount of people that say hi to me in the hallway that I don't know their names. And that is the worst. I hate that because it's like there's so many people that know my name. They know me by name, and like they can recognize me immediately. And say hi, Vili, and I can't say their name back, and I feel like the biggest douchebag because it's not that I don't care about them, but in many cases I feel like I've seen them one time in my life, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but. There was a point recently where so it was Tuesday and I was sitting there with Bailey and like a few other people and gosh, I'm totally spacing here. We sit down and Clayton was there, and
oh, you forgot his name. Yeah, you told me.
I totally forgot
told me
Clayton's
that.
name, and I've known Clayton for a year, and it's like I totally had like a oh my gosh, I don't know his fucking name.
Well, that's okay, because sometimes I slip up on people that I used to always get Emily and Aria confused. Really? Yeah, just because they both start with a like a similar sounding. We should end on a happy note, though.
Yeah, we should. Wow, we've already managed to talk about depression. And
yeah, this is great.
So uplifting. Woo! An uplifting thing. You know what? I think I got something. In middle school, well, before middle school actually, I was very kind of kept to myself and everything, and I didn't have a whole lot of friends. And then like I got to middle school and I got more friends, and now I'm in high school. I'm a senior in high school, and I just know so many people, and it's so weird to like have like this stark contrast, and it's not a bad thing, you know. Like there are days when I just walk into the school and I just walk in like I fucking own this place.
Yeah, because you just got all that senior pride, like
yeah. Oh yeah, I people come up to me, they're like, Billy, sign this for me, please. I'm like, I don't know, I won't have a pen.
Sign my baby's forehead.
Yeah, sign my baby's forehead. I made sure I got pregnant just so you could sign my baby's forehead. And I'm like, I signed this for you, but just this one time. Just one time. I only have enough ink for one signature, and also 13 more, but those 13 more are for me.
For myself. Yep. You know, I hope that I can be like that everybody knows and likes me sort of senior, and not just because popularity or anything, just because I want people to be able to like confide and talk to me, you know?
I feel like that's the thing, that I feel like you're already there, just not the senior part.
You'd be surprised. I mean, like, a lot of people do talk to me. But not as many people talk to me as they talk to you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. Because, it's just surprising to me. Just because it always felt like more people kind of flock to you in general. I think that could be super wrong and have a skewed view of everything. But
well, I think that everybody does to some extent.
Yeah, it's true. But you gotta get going? All right. Well, we ended on a somewhat happy note.
Yeah, I think that was like a neutral, like,
yeah.
Inspiring.
Yes, indeed. So I guess that was probably the end of the whole podcast.
Yeah, we'll probably do one again sometime.
Yeah, sometime when we don't want to record anything and we just want to talk.
I feel like we're gonna have like a lot pre-made just between you and me.
Yeah, probably.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you guys all in the next whatever you watch of ours, if you do.
It'll be a thing.
It will be.
That happens, maybe.
Let's hope so.
Bye.